What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to part 5 of the 69 Ford Mustang restoration that we're beginning here. Today we're going to be pulling this engine out with that cherry picker right over there. Bryce is coming by today as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. Right now I'm going to have to start off by at least prepping the engine to at least start getting it ready to come out by draining the fluids, belts, hoses, as well as any other electrical connections. Obviously we're going to start with that until he gets here, and that way it'll be ready to go. Be a smooth process for us today, hopefully. Well, nothing came out of the radiator, so it's bone dry. I'm just going to start pulling the radiator hoses off, and I'm sure there's still a lot of coolant in the block here, but as for the radiator, you can see right in this area it was definitely leaking at one point. Go ahead and start pulling these hoses off and chuck them in the trash, because obviously these are no good. Never going to reuse these suckers. Garbage.
Move it over a little bit.
It's okay.
Ooh. Waterfall.
Yeah, you can see inside the hose there. Not too bad. Seen worse. Okay. There she comes. Oh, guess those outer two bolts didn't go to it. Alright, I'll put this one back in for now. Just for now. Here it comes. There we go. Alright, now I have more access to the front here. I'm going to pull the power steering pump, alternator, and take all the brackets off. Take these hoses off. If they don't want to come off, I'll just cut them. I don't really care. This, I obviously could leave that one if I really want to, because it's not impeding the engine coming out. This one will be impeding the engine to come out, as well as this one. So let's go ahead and let's get these ones off first. There you go. It came apart. Crusty. All different bolt sizes. I know somebody's been here before. Hey, I think I know what was making that weird rubbing noise when it was running. So this was between this bracket and right here, like that. So when this thing was running, the balancer pulley was rubbing this.
A handy dandy bolt box.
Yeah, my new bolt box. These things are pretty cool, actually. Expensive, but cool. There's some that were over 50 bucks for one of these things. Nothing snapped off so far. There she goes. That's awesome. They used a nut as a spacer for the bolt into the head. So this guy ran through the sleeve like that, with this like that acting as a spacer. So they used a giant nut to act as a spacer between the head and that. So you definitely know when this car's been touched. I already knew this car's gonna be molested pretty bad. I hear Bryce. Here he comes.
Okay, quick update for you guys. Alex is underneath the car. We got a whole bunch of stuff off the engine here. So basically everything is disconnected that we need to. I mean, just like minus like the onesie little twosie things here and there. But as far as the engine goes, it's basically ready to come out. All we have to do now is just loosen up the motor mount bolts, and then we can get the cherry picker in here with the chain and start yanking stuff out. Alex is just taking care of, I'm assuming, drive shaft and...
Yeah, I'm dropping the drive shaft right now. I'm taking the U-joints.
Okay. Yeah. So check these headers out, though. This is the passenger side, and this is the driver's side. What the heck is this situation happening? I've never seen anything like that. Maybe this might be a common thing they used to do back in the day for whatever reason on these Mustangs, but I have never seen a 4-to-4 flange before on a header. If some of you guys know what that's all about, go ahead and mention that down in the comments. But yeah, so like I said, we got all that stuff out. He's getting the drive shaft taken care of, and then we should be ready to unbolt the motor mounts and then pull this thing out. What's happening, Alex?
Getting these U-joint bolts out that are kind of stuck in there. I think this one was cross-threaded. I had to go back and forth with it a couple times. There it goes.
Oh, that exhaust looks mint.
You love that or what?
That's pretty good.
So when I got it running, it made a backfire through the exhaust and then it blew a hole in it. But do you see this? Look at the bean can.
Oh, that's cool. That'd be rad to see if we could get like a label off of that. The bean can. Maybe that's what you should call this thing. The bean can. Oh, dude, that'd be awesome. Everyone who wants this car to be called the bean can, mention that down in the comments as well.
I mean, it could be a coffee can too. Who knows?
No, bean can sounds cool.
No, I just got to get this last bolt out for the U-joint, and then I'm going to drop the drive shaft. It's just being a little stubborn. These bolts are, one of them was cross-threaded. I'm just kind of being careful, making sure that I don't snap one off or strip it or something. There we go. Okay.
Pull her out. Well, it's gonna start dumping tranny fluid.
I already drained it, so it better not. There it goes.
Yeah. Nice. There we go.
It's out. Down to my light. That's okay, it doesn't work anyways.
All right, bean can, hop on.
There we go.
Okay, Alex, what's happening?
Getting rust.
Getting rust falling in your head.
You know, without wearing safety glasses, and that's the last thing I want.
So what's happening under here?
Pick the cross member up.
Yeah.
I can get it to freaking cooperate with me.
Yeah.
There we go. There it is.
Get a nice view of your face there.
I gotta switch this one maybe. No, I gotta get this cross member out. Got the drac underneath supporting it to an extent. There we go.
Yeah.
And then we'll take the motor mounts bolts out, and this thing should be ready to go.
Right on. You said that's like a two-piece deal in there?
Well, like the Dodges, this is all one piece that will go all the way across from the unibody.
Right.
This is the bracket that goes to this piece that's welded to the unibody. So
okay.
this is a unibody piece that bolts to the transmission cross member, where the Dodge goes all the way across the other frame rail.
Right.
So I was taking these off, but it's just spinning in there. So whatever. I'll take it off this way instead. All right, let's go. All right, let's get this picker up over the top of the engine. We'll put a little bit of tension on it, and I'm gonna take the bolts loose. Got the trans supported by a jack underneath right now. Should come right out. Should. Keyword. It's never easy. But actually, this car's been pretty easy to take apart so far, shockingly. Mostly everything's been loose, not even tight.
Yeah.
Let's get this, pretty sure I'm missing a nut to this.
All right, so we're getting ready to pull the engine out with the cherry picker here that Rob lent us, but Rob didn't even give us a nut for this. What kind of a dirtbag, you know, just, what a horrible friend, you know, like, yeah, you let us borrow this, cool, but no nut for this? What a loser.
Chained up, got the engine mount bolts out,
Yeah.
got the tranny bolts out for the cross member. It's time to give it a shot and see what happens here.
Yeah, start putting some pressure on this guy, see if it will pop out.
Yeah, but let me drop the tranny at the same time here.
Okay, make sure we're not hitting anything
He's
crazy.
hanging up on something though. Hold on, Bryce.
Yep, I'm not going anywhere.
I'm gonna leave the jack under the trans for a second. It's hanging up on something on the driver's side. It just won't come down. There it goes. Give me the pry bar.
Yeah.
Okay. It's off the unibody part of the frame now on that side. It was a tight fit.
Yeah, you good?
So yeah, it should be good. Let me drop it down more. Well, it's kind of just hanging on its own.
Yeah.
So. Oh, no, it's off the parking brake cable now. Okay, well, it's all right. She's loose.
Sweet. All right, let's get her out. Dude, we got it out.
Yeah, this is great. It wasn't too bad. I was really happy that the car came apart a lot easier than I was expecting it to. But honestly, half of the nuts and bolts in this car were loose.
Yeah.
It's like really the people who were working on it prior didn't tighten anything on this car, including the header bolts, the transmission pan bolts were all loose. But it came apart with ease. Honestly, it came right out. I was rather shocked how easy it came out.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. The kickdown cable was like wedged on one of the little cross. There's like a little cable that's running across. The kickdown cable, or the kickdown lever rather, was wedged on that, and the back of the engine was like literally holding the trans from coming out. So yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, came right out. I'm super happy. Now let's get this thing moved over a little bit.
I'll hold the back here.
Okay.
Trans there. Let her down faster.
I don't know this thing. Some release faster than others, so I get a little worried sometimes.
No, you're good. Bam.
There you go.
Okay, engine, transmission, out of the car. Alex forgot to take off the torque converter bolts. So we pulled the transmission away from the torque converter. And now, oh, there you go, folks.
Alright, so Bryce had to go home for the day. He had to go meet his lovely wife for dinner. So that leaves me with the rest of the task here to get the engine up onto the engine stand. I just got back from Ace Hardware for like the third time now. Because I had to get a couple other things earlier, but I didn't know the size of the bolts coming out of the bell housing. So I went and got longer bolts so I can run them through on the engine stand mount. So that way we could get this thing up on the stand and get it out of the sun and start cleaning my area up, because as you can tell, I'm made a complete mess. Like that. Okay. Can I get the blue thing behind you, please, on the ground? That's the handle. This goes like this.